Yeshwanth. Okay, we really need your ideas and collaborated effort in improving what we call this as Skipper 2.0, new version of Skipper. Okay, and we want to bring in novelty and we bring in a lot of things. Please do share your ideas how this can be done more, more and more and more and more. This is not the end. This is just the beginning. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Over to you,
Over to you,
Yeshwanth.
Yeshwanth.
Yeah. Yeah. Hope my screen is visible to everyone.
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. Today we are here for a skipper class on the basics of SQL. First of all, when Pravina approached me for a session, I I was a bit reluctant to give a session on this basics of SQL. Somehow these are like she convinced me for this session. So in this session, like I would like to as I can see few faces which who are familiar with this SQL, and I don't know few other about others, but in this session I'm going to explain you about the fundamentals of fundamentals of SQL. Like in the in this session, what we are going to go through is about like we are going to find out the answers of these questions, and we are going to understand what is what regarding the concepts over here. So uh, coming to this, um, in this participation, like in this session, you're also going to get question for a couple of times, and I have 6 questions for you guys. Uh, Whoever answers them correctly, you will be getting a chocolate from Pravina, actually, not from me. So the first
From
question
L&D
that
department. From
yeah,
L&D department.
from L&D department, Sales Software Solutions. So the first question you're going to get is regarding the very basic question. What is S stands for in the SQL? Can someone answer?
Structured.
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 Uh,
No, no,
Please
raise
raise
your
your
hand. Raise.
hand. Raise your hand. First answer. First person will get the chocolate.
First
First person
person.
who
One,
answers,
one.
not raise the
Yes,
hand.
yes, yes, yes. Who is the first person who raised first? Shivkumar Goripalli.
Yes, structured.
Yeah, it's right. Like it's a structured SQL stands for structured query language. You're going to get a chocolate, and let me continue the session. So yeah, the first topic is like what is a database? Like as we all are familiar of hearing the word database, like we can simply understand like it's a base of data, like it's a collection of data in a digital format. As you can see an example here that is regarding the employees table, which is having an employee ID, name, age, department, and salary. All this data that like regular examples we have, and to understand this as a written here, like it is a structured collection of a data. A database is something which has data which is in a structured format. So in this session, as we are going to plan, like as a plan to uh, provide the theoretical knowledge and as well the practical. So I would like to create a database to you database and show it to you. And as you all know about a table, like is a table of contents with the horizontal rows and the vertical columns, which will be having the data regarding this table. So first of all, I will be creating a database and then the table. So let me switch to the SS, SSMS. So here uh, in my SSMS, I'm having three databases. Like first one is NZWalks DB, and second one is an SQL demo that I created long back for this demo. And this is the new database that I created. I will be deleting it now, and I will create it again. So creating a database is simple in this, as simple as it is in this here over here. Yeah, it is simple, but it's taking time. Okay. Okay. Okay, I will be creating a new database over here. That is a new database, um, like SQL session. So this is a new database that I'm going to create. And with a click, I have created a new database named SQL session. And here I can create a table. Like as you can see here, these are database diagrams, tables, views, external resources, synonyms, programmability, service broker, storage, security. We will be touching few of the names that we are going to see here, like stored procs and triggers over in this session. So coming to the first thing, like you can create a table by right clicking uh, by selecting the menu options available here. Like I'm going to create a table for a basic table for a grocery store, so which contains a grocery ID, and you can select the type of the data that you want to store here. As we know that grocery ID store will be mostly an integer. And coming to the next column that I'm going to name is about the items item. And as we're going to give a name, we are going to select the anchor, like anchor and category of the item, category, which is also an anchor, and the price of the item. So mostly the price will be in the integers, right? So this is the table I have created. And
Grocery ID should be an integer, I guess.
yeah, sorry, sorry about that. Thank you. Grocery ID, and when I click save control S, I got a table created over here. Mm. Yeah, it is asking for the name of the table, so I'm going to give the table name as groceries. Yeah, groceries table is created, and as we can refresh and see, dbo.groceries table has been created here, and now we have created a database and a table. Uh, w- well, uh, if we want to see the data available here, we can select the top 100 rows, like 1,000 rows available, and we can click on execute and see the data. As we have just now created the table here, which is not having a data right now, so it is showing an empty table. In the further session, like in the coming session, like we are going to add few data here. So coming to the next topic, that we like next question that what we are going to answer is like why we are going to use SQL. As you can see, uh, I have created the table with a more number of clicks and a more number of menu options here, and I have many menu options. So we have a language in which we can create and we can write, or like we can write data to manage and manipulate the databases and the tables the data we have and the records we have in like that were like we can perform the actions using the SQL like structured query language. Using this language, we can perform the actions. So coming to this, I can um redo what I have done here, like with the table creation over here. Like I'm going to delete the table that is dbo.groceries now and use this SQL structured query language to create a table. So I've deleted the table right now. So coming to this, yeah. So I'm going to use a SQL, like I'm going to create a table name, create table. The syntax will be like here, right here, like create table, table name. The table name that I have given earlier is groceries. And coming to the columns that I want to have in my table will be kept in a braces. Like coming to the first column that I want to have in my table is, sorry, is grocery ID, which is going to be an integer and a primary key, like the most important key of the like table. And coming to the next one, that is name, which is a varchar. Let's give a length of 255. 255. Category. Category. Category will be around 50. Price. Let us set this price in that this controls decimals. Sorry. And yeah, let us maintain the quantity that we have in our store, like quantity of the items that we have in our store. Quantity is a number, so quantity int. And yeah, in this query, I tried to create a table with the columns that I want to have in my table. So let us execute this. So as you can see here, the commands are completed successfully. This query got executed successfully with no errors. And once again, I'm going to refresh this. And as we have seen earlier, a table got created. Now also a table got created with the uses of the system, like structured query language, SQL. And this is about like this is something that helps for us in the database management and the manipulating the data as well. So coming to the next is like what are CRUD operations. Next topic, CRUD operations. As you can see here, like CRUD, C for create, R for read, U for update, D for delete. So as we know, creating is like inserting new data, reading is getting the data of what we are having, update is updating the data, and delete is removing the data from the database. So I'm going to practically show that here. So coming to this, as I have selected from the drop down earlier and click this select top 1,000 rows, right? So now I'm going to write a query for that, like select sa selecting the data from the groceries table. So select star from groceries. So I'm going to select it, and as there is no data over here, so it is showing an empty. Now I am going to insert data into this. Insert into groceries. The first column is an ID, grocery ID, and the name I'm going to have an apple here, the item name, and a category is a fruit. Price of it, as I have given decimals here, I would like to explain this. So uh, it will be like, as I mentioned, decimal 10 comma 2. So it will be the number will be in the count of tens, and you can write the numbers with the point like two places after the decimal point. Like you can say like uh, 2.99 or 2.88 or something like this. You can insert over here. So I'm going to insert that as well. Coming to the price, 2.99. Yeah. And coming to the quantity, let's say we have 10 apples in our store. Let us try to execute this. Correct syntax here. Groceries, apple, fruit. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I forgot this. Like, this is a syntax of this.
Values.
Like, insert into table name and values. Like the values that we are going to insert in our table need to be specified here. So um, I I have tried to execute this, and one row affected. It is showing that one row affected. Now we are going back and going to select the data over here. Like, see the data in this groceries table. As you can see, the inserted data from this query has been inserted into our table, like one apple, fruit, and 2.99 and 10 quantity. Now I would like to, as we have like as we are discussing about the CRUD operations, the first operation over here is a read operation. And second one is a create operation. Now I would like to do the update operation here. So the query for the update operation is update table name groceries, and like the columns that we want to and the data that we want to change here need to be specified here. Like I'm going to change the name to the apple from a apple to a mango. So I'm going to set this set name equals to go where grocery ID equals to 1. Update grocery set name. So as you can see that an row got affected, and let's check whether the operation of update has been successfully done or not. So again, reading the data here. So select start from query, sorry, groceries. And as you can see, the data over here is updated from an apple to a mango. Now I would like to delete the row here. So delete from table name groceries where grocery ID equals to 1. I'm deleting the row of data from this table where the grocery ID equals to 1. I have specified the row here, and let's check. So one row affected, like one row change has been made, and let us check back again. As you can see that the table got emptied, and the read operation is also got, like delete operation is also successfully done here. So this is regarding the CRUD operations. And as like I'm going to insert a couple of data over here, like again and again. So like first one is about the apple, and let me change. Let this be bread, milk, bakery. Dairy. 1 point, like 3.99, and this is going to be 12 of 4.99, and the quantity be 20 and 30. So let me execute this as well.
Same ID.
Okay, yeah, thank you whoever said that. So I tried to insert the rows with the same ID as I have given the primary key constraint here. As I have mentioned here, primary key. So the primary key have a constraint of having an unique IDs, like unique values in that column. So while I tried to insert the one rows with the same one ID, it have thrown me an error. So now I have updated with the 2 and 3. Let's see. So the data got affected here, and the 2 rows got affected, and the data here is inserted, and we can see the data here. So this is about, like, this is regarding the CRUD operations. And coming to the next topic, like there is about, like, regarding the stored
Yeshwanth,
procedures. Yeah.
Yeshwanth. So can we ask some questions?
Yeah, sure, sure, Pravina.
Thank you.
Very basic questions. uh,
So you'll get a chance to gain chocolates again, except Shiv Kumar Gorapalli.
so so who, like, d- can anyone please raise your hands? So after asking this question, um, once again.
Divya,
Yeah.
she raised her hand. So answer
Question
the
paper got
question.
leaked then.
Oh, oh.
Like, okay, here comes the question. Like, what is a relational database management system?
Brother and sister.
Where is the hand? Suvarna, please answer.
Yeah, like Yeshwanth, in a database, like all the tables are related to at least one table with one unique ID.
Okay. Okay. Uh,
Yeah, that's it.
A
okay.
That's it.
relational
Yeah.
database organizes the data based of
Yeah, you can try.
Yeshwanth,
Yes, Praveen.
yes, tell me.
Yeah. Okay. Can someone, like, can you try again? So we're not regarding this. Like, what is a database management system then? A DBMS.
Like database management system is commonly used to store the data
Mm-hmm.
in the form of tables, and the tables are related to at least one table with one unique ID, like a primary key and with a foreign key.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. You're almost there.
and
Mm.
the The table with the primary key is called as the parent table, and the table with the foreign key is called as the child table.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, then answer from like she is correct, partially correct. So answer from my end is like database management system like is a software system which will enable us to like as I said maintain and manage the data in our databases. So yeah, that's it from that. And another question, whoever like you can raise the hand before like Divya. So can anyone
Question. My
name?
question is, will
Hmm.
Suvarna gain chocolate or not?
Of course, yes, we will share it.
Okay, half for you and half for Suvarna, right?
Yeah, partially correct answer, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Next question,
Coming
Yeshwanth.
coming to the next question, like, um, please name it three popular relational database management systems. Three popular, at least three popular
Bhaskar.
relational database management system.
Bhaskar.
Okay.
Bhaskar, please. Please unmute.
Uh, we use SQL we are using, and one more thing is uh, Oracle MySQL
Okay.
and MySQL.
Okay. Yeah, I thought I'm going to get 1/3 chocolate, but you're right. You have said three options. So a few of
Uh,
the popular, you are right, Bhaskar. So three of the, like I'm going to tell few popular relational database management systems. Like
uh,
as he said, it includes MySQL, Oracle, and Microsoft SQL Server, and a few more like Postgres SQL and SQLite and IBM DB2. Yeah. Uh, I have only two questions left, Pravina. So can I ask them after completing the slides?
Yeah, after completing the session, you can ask.
Okay. So back to the session. Boring one.
Who said boring?
Yashwant
Yeshwanth
himself.
itself.
No, someone said
Okay.
boring. Okay. Yeah.
No, Yeshwanth,
Coming.
it's interesting.
He was checking his ring.
Hmm.
Yeah, thank you. Um, regarding the store procs, like the next topic is regarding the store procs, and y- uh, uh, let me tell you a scenario. So as you are going to be, let's assume that you are going to be a storekeeper in the grocery store. So you have got like you have got a job to update the prices of items, update the prices of items every time when the load got whenever you get load or whenever a purchase got done or something. So you need to update that. So every time you need to write an update statement where update you will be writing update groceries set quantity here as you're going to change the quantity and some x value, consider it as 11, where grocery id is equals to it may change according to the product that you are going to update, maybe an apple or maybe a bread or maybe a milk. So every time this is a something like if you got a load for a day and you're going to update it for more than 10 times and you are going to write the same query for multiple times, right? So for this problem, like for this situation, we got a solution like that is something called as a stored procedure. So in this stored procedure, we are going to write the actions that we are going to perform, and we will declare the values, like we will initialize these values while writing this stored proc. So as a parameters, we will be sending we will be first of all we will be calling the stored proc, and we will be sending the parameters, and we can see the actions performed according to what we have written in our stored proc. So now I'm going to demo that in SSMS. So yeah. Okay. So syntax for creating a new stored proc is create procedure, and I'm going to sorry, create procedure, update price. It is a store proc name we need to mention here, and as we have discussed, like we are going to send two values. We are going to need two values for updating here. That is a quantity value, quantity as we have given it is an integer, and a grocery ID value. A grocery ID is also an integer. So I'm going to mention that we need two values from the user while we are going to execute this store proc. So I'm going to mention it here. Like first one is a grocery ID, which is an integer, and the second one is a new price of the item. Sorry, like let it new quantity, which is also going to be an integer. And now as begin update groceries set. Can someone help me with the syntax here? Set price equals to no chocolates for this question.
Quantity.
Yeah, I'm going to update the price here. So sorry. Yeah, quantity.
It'll be
Set quantity. Autocorrect. Set quantity equals to new quantity.
new
New
quantity.
quantity.
Yeah.
Where
Where
grocery ID is equal to
Grocery ID
grocery
is
ID is
equal to
equal to
grocery ID.
well, grocery ID. And so I'm going to execute this. Now I'm trying to create an procedure named update price by taking a by expecting a two parameters from the user who is going to use the stored proc, that is a grocery ID and a new quantity. So here in this stored proc, what I have written is an update statement of the data that is present in our table. So let's click execute. As we can see, command successfully completed, like executed, and a store proc got created here. We can see the store procs that we have created in our programmability under the store proc, and an update price store proc is created here. So now we would like to, as I have said, like we are going to simplify things by writing a store proc. So now I would like to update the price of an apple now. So I will be seeing the data over here, an apple price, like quantity, sorry. Quantity is around 10. Now I got a new load and 90 more apples got added here. So I'm going to update this to 100, where I need two data, and that is the quantity I have already set, that is 100, and the ID over here is a 1. So I'm going to like update it with execute. update price at the rate. As you can see that intelligence is already suggesting you to provide the values, grocery ID and new quantity that equals to 1000. Sorry, 100. Bad at maths. Yeah, let's try to execute this. So one row got affected. So let us check whether the data got updated or not. Yeah, it is 10 now, and I'm going to click it. And the data got updated here 1000 to the 100. Why? Like I'm going to recollect why we have created the store proc, because we need to write these lines of code every time when we want to update or perform an action. Uh, in our data. So we have like manually written a single line of code here, and the values we are going to use or update are mentioned in the parameters, so that we can automate the process here using the store proc. So by the store proc, it will make our things easier. Like it is a like already written statement which can be reused, so to perform an action. So this is what regarding the store proc. And coming to the next topic, that is something of a bit interesting and a bit tough one, is regarding the triggers. So uh, let's go to the situation again, like go to the scenario again. Um, so you would like to, for suppose you got to know that like you got a load of apples, and you got to like they got dumped in the same basket, same old basket, and you got to know that there are 100 apples here. So how would you know the old, like the new, how many new apples are added, or how many old apples are present here? So this is something we need to look into. Like, hope you got the situation. Someone can explain the situation, what I'm trying to say. Ravina Garu.
Yes, Yeshwanth.
Yeah, can you explain the situation, what I'm trying to say?
Me?
Yeah. Okay, no worries. I think I haven't explained it clearly. So you, first of all,
Like,
yeah,
like
sure.
whenever we are making any change, we wanted to know what is the previous change that has been done and what are the new changes that are done. We wanted to track something like that.
Yeah, yeah. That's the situation. Who said it?
Adhika.
Okay, thank you, Radhika. So we want to track the quantity, or we want to track the changes in our table. So this is where the triggers come up, and they will do the job of what we are going to need in this situation. So as I would like to read a bit loud of what's written here. So triggers are the like they are type of special stored procedures which will help us to maintain the data. Like I'm always saying maintaining and managing the data. So this is where, like as we said, for suppose someone has come and deleted the data here or updated the data here without your knowledge. So how would you come to know about the old changes and new changes? This is where we can use the triggers. And whenever the new changes or a new deletes or some change has happened in our table, we can get to know about the change or about the value that is updated or about the action that is performed by using the triggers. So I will be writing a new trigger over here. So yeah, new trigger. So let me create a new query. Yeah, the syntax for the trigger is create. Excuse me. Create trigger. Sorry, trigger grocery or audit trigger on on which table that I'm going to create. That is groceries table. My mouse keeps on groceries table. After the which actions that I want to perform, that is insert, update, delete as begin. If start from insert. Okay, before writing this, let me tell you something something of a mechanism that we have in our in this database management. That is, if as you have seen that I have updated a value from quantity value from 10 to 100, right? So the first value, like this is a space where we used to have the quantity of apples. So in that old value used to be 10 and the new value that we inserted is 100. So if we are going to create a triggers, how we are going to get the old data or the new inserted data. So for this in our database we have two tables that are inserted. Select the star from inserted and like star from deleted. So these are the two tables that actually we can't access them directly in our database like by executing this query, but we can access these tables inside the triggers. So triggers have the capability of calling these tables and reading the data that got deleted or added or updated as well. So first of all, I would like to clearly state what are the actions that are going to be performed while inserting is whenever we try to run an insert query, we are going to insert the data here, and the data that we are going to insert that we inserted will be present here, like will be added manually into this table, that is inserted table. And when we try to delete a row or a deleted data from the database, it gets manually added to the deleted table. And whenever we are trying to update data in a column, so we are first of all we are what we try to do is first we delete the data that is already old data that is present in our table. So that deleted row will be inserted into this deleted table. And after updating means we are going to add a new value into the same column. So the new column which is inserted will be available in the inserted and deleted table. These two tables play a major role in the triggers. So uh, let's resume creating the triggers. So in this, so I'm using this inserted table, and yeah, begin and set into audit log. action. The inserted. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So now I'm going to like I have written a query like a trigger here that is a create trigger and trigger name that is grocery audit trigger on the table that I'm going to perform actions on is groceries and uh, I have tell like I have let the trigger know that like these trigger need to be called after the insert update and delete operations on the groceries table as like as begin if exists in a select like if something that data exists in an inserted table, now I'm going to insert that into an audit log table and that data is read from the inserted table that we have already discussed. And if something some data like uh, exists in the deleted table, that will be inserted into the audit log table with as I'm specific as I'm mentioning the action and the grocery ID and the timestamp here. So let's try to execute this query like this trigger. So now this is showing an error like invalid object name audit log because there is no table named audit log in our database. So this is something I missed. So I'm going to create an audit log table. Let's copy paste. Nice. Shit. Create table named audit log. Okay. The columns that we have is
an action. There is a varchar. Set it. Let's set it to 50. And grocery ID. That is an integer. Modified. Sorry, let this be a timestamp. Time. So I'm creating a table that is an audit log table. Like now I have now let us check whether like let's try to insert the data into this table and let's check whether the data is going to be in audited in our audit log table by this trigger or not. So I will use this insert query again. So let this be something like a curd with an ID 4. Price is around 5.99 and let be 40. So now I'm going to insert this data. So one row got affected, and as you can see, to like one row got affected. Let us check the data from the audit log table. So select.
కాఫ్ అంటే ఏంటి? నాగింగ్ కాఫ్ అంటే ఏంటి?
అర్థం కాలేదు. Whoever said it.
ఆ,
Can you please repeat?
అమ్మమ్మ మమ్మీ కొన్ని వీక్స్ నుంచి కాఫ్ ఉంది. వీక్స్ కాదు మంత్స్ నుంచి ఉంది మమ్మీకి.
So
మా
I
మమ్మీకి
can mute
డ్రై
them. My
కాఫ్
team
ఉంది.
is not responding. Someone
Thank
can
you,
mute them.
Pravina. Thanks for the medical knowledge you are sharing.
No chocolate to you, Pravina.
No,
వాట్?
I will give. No, thank you for sharing interesting medical news. Thank you.
You got unmuted. Anyway, thanks for making this
Okay.
something interesting. Okay.
Okay.
So let's see whether the data that got inserted here. So as we have performed an action of inserting a data with a port primary ID that is curd, and the data got inserted into this table without any insert written for the audit log table. So this is something of like how we can manage the data, and now I'm like maintain the data. So I'm going to delete this the inserted row now. So I've deleted, and let us check again like whether the data is getting logged in or not. Oh, yeah. No. Mm. Let's try to update it. Insert into audit log actions. Your actions. Data deleted. Yeah. Okay. I was a bit tense if the delete got did not log it, but the data is not refreshed actually. So as you can see, I have performed 3 actions. That first one is in inserting a data, and we can see that insert has been happened at 1712, and now I have tried to delete and then update the add it again and update it again. So those actions are maintained here with the columns that we needed. Now we can update the trigger based on the requirements that we want to maintain. with the old values and the new values. Okay, in the meanwhile, like continuing to the next topic or the yeah, continuing. Sorry, no, thank you. Just got a bit stuck. Yeah. So like and like another question for all of you. So whoever want to answer can raise your hand.
You'll get a chocolate for a
Not for
correct answer
Pravina because of cough.
because of kapha.
Okay, I'm just kidding. So
It's okay.
so coming to the next question, as we have gone through the two topics, like there is a store proc and a trigger. Can someone, like, I know I haven't explained it completely yet, but can someone who already knows or someone who have observed something here, so can you differentiate the difference between the store procedure and a trigger? Anyone? The difference between a store procedure and a trigger?
Suvarna.
Yeah,
No,
like
she
in
already
store
got a
procedure.
chocolate.
Yeah, Suvarna.
No,
Sorry. Yeah,
not
I
for
forgot.
chocolate. Like,
No, no. The
okay,
others
okay.
One
will.
by two. Yeah.
Yes. So after Suvarna, who raised the hand?
Ishwar,
Second one,
Ishwar.
second one. Ishwar, please.
Yeah, stored procedure we use to use like a function uh, to make it reusable, the same thing, same task
Okay.
to use it repeatedly. So for
Okay.
the triggers, we can use it to audit. So if any changes that have done in the database, you can use triggers for that.
Okay, I have asked her for the difference. So, any difference that you got to understand, like based on the execution or something? I have given a clue.
Yeah, triggers can execute automatically when certain commands are performed on the table.
Yeah.
In case of stored procedures, so we need to call them in our code or something.
Yeah,
Who is that
that's
person?
right.
Mahesh?
Yes, Praveen.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the right answer, and that's what I'm expecting. Yeah, triggers are triggered, like they're triggered automatically when when the specified actions are performed, and stored proc need to be called manually or executed manually in our code or in from SQL. Uh, Okay, one more simple question. So can someone specify, or can Ishwar, can you try about the uses of stored proc? Like you can specify the 3 uses of stored proc or 2 uses of stored proc.
Ishwar?
Yeah, Praveen. Interesting.
If you know the answer, you can.
We can reuse the storage procedures. So for that, we can use them.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about the remaining uses.
Yeah. We can reuse the stored procs, like code can be reused, and another use is like you can reduce the traffic to the like to the server, like you as you're going to use the repetitive store proc, like as you're not going to repeat the same action or something as we are calling from a store proc, the traffic can be reduced. And actually, like from a code perspective or something, is my screen visible? Okay.
Black screen.
It's blank.
Actually, got some issue with Teams. I will join back. I'll surely join back.
So you guys seems to be a technical glitch from Yeshwanth's side, I believe,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Yes.
How much time is left around for him?
Almost over.
Let's see.
Yeah.
We're not here to present anyone.
Yeah.
Let's see
Hope my
questions.
screen is visible.
Your
Yes.
screen
Sorry about
is
that.
not visible. Seshodhar
Not
face
yet.
is visible.
Not
He's
yet.
cute.
Tell me something new.
You're also cute, sir.
Always.
Okay, I hope you're able to see the auto trigger screen. Yeah. So, um, uh, yeah, going to the end of the session, and something that I have not practiced much on these triggers is there are triggers of three types. Like there are triggers. Yeah, once again, need to revise. Yeah, as you can see the word keyword here, that is after. Triggers can be like written in a two types. First one is you can write a trigger, or you can trigger some action after few actions are performed on our table. Like here, I am initializing or I am executing the trigger whenever an insert operation, update operation, or a delete operation happens on a groceries table. This keyword specifies that this trigger will be called, and these actions, that is inserting into auditing when from a delete or from insert, these actions will be performed only after the insert, update, or delete actions happen on the groceries table. So they there is something that came up, like there is something of a situation that came up, like you have like you have a data here, like in the groceries data. Now you want to, yeah, you want to update the quantities to zeros, like you want to specify the quantities to be zeros. So sorry, let's take this situation. You have a situation where you can only store around 100 packets, 100 quantity of each. You manage to maintain 100 quantity, maintain like, or to store 100 quantities of each. You can only store 100 breads in your store, or and you have space for that, and you can only store 100 milk packets. You can only store 100 curd packets in your storage. So when someone came and someone tried to update it here, like hey, I got 100, like 110 bread packets, and keep on, like they tried to update it here. Now you want to tell that user, or tell that employee, that we only have space for we only have space for storing 100 packets. So this is something of a warning that we want to give to the employee before updating the quantity here, right? So this is where we can come up with a solution using a instead of. So yeah, let me try that. Create trigger. Yeah. Yes. Create trigger and prevent more stocks instead of update. Let's begin.
Yeshwanth?
Yes, Pravina. Oh, this error. Okay. Execute. Yeah, actually, while I tried to do this before the session, I have ended up with this error error. Okay, if anyone else can, someone try to
That's
resolve
okay.
it.
That's yeah. Nothing wrong in seeking help. It's a good thing.
Okay.
Is that semicolon, Yeshwanth?
Let's try. No. Okay. Anyway, I'll figure it out and let you know in this channel. And yeah. Any other questions except this trigger?
Any questions?
Please
No.
shoot.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. I think no questions, Yeshwanth.
Yeah, someone raised their hand.
Who?
I can see.
No one.
Okay. Maybe my Teams is not responding well. Okay.
It's okay.
Yes, sir. Are you saying something, sir?
No. I was trying to congratulate you for this wonderful session.
Yeah.
You've done
Okay.
a good job.
Yeah.
Let's
Yes,
give him a big
Yeshwanth.
hand, coming forward and running a session. Leave alone the contest and other parts of it. The message from LND is very clear that participating and running one skipper session is a good thing in your career to happen, and we would like to see more and more coming forward to share their knowledge. Okay,
Congratulations, Yeshwanth.
Yeah. Thank you.
congratulations, congratulations.
Yeah.
Your
Thank you.
certification for appreciation from L&D is also there. So
Yeah,
congratulations.
With the chocolate.
congratulations. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
One
Actually,
second.
thank you everyone for letting me kill your time. And yeah, sure. I will figure out a way of this trigger also. And yeah, thank you, LND team, and the people who joined the session, and ChatGPT as well. Uh, yeah, and thank you, Praveen Garu, for pushing
Good.
me.
No, it is not pushing. We call it nudge.
Yeah, motivating.
Nudge. Nudge.
You're
Okay,
Okay.
welcome,
it's not pushing.
Yeshwanth.
Yeah.
And guys, have a look at the certificate what our friend has earned that we have posted in the chat box.
Congratulate him as well.
Congratulate. Let's give a big hand, and we'll be sharing it across with this manager and in a separate communication.
Yep.
Yeah.
Look forward for many more sessions from each one of you, and let us start practicing this and put new trend. Let's open Skipper 2.0 with this, right? Thank you. Thank
Yes.
you, Ishwan.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you all.
you.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
joining.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you.